For Dr. Russo, an orthopedic surgeon in New Orleans, bath salts have created a new class of patient.
With bath salts, they do complicated, violent, risky behavior where they'll run across interstates, they're jumping off of buildings, and that leads you to the orthopedic surgeon.
But it was one bath salts case in particular that Dr. Russo will never forget.
So can you tell me what happened that day?
So we got a call around 3 a.m. from the emergency room saying we had a lady with some arm pain. She had redness extending over her mid-forearm just in this area. Later to find out she had injected the bath salts deep into her forearm, missing one of her veins.
Have you ever seen anyone come in that had injected bath salts?
Never. I've seen people snorting it, but now there's oral form, smokable. This was the first injecting, which was quite scary. This drug is metamorphosizing so quickly. We decided to give an ultrasound to check, see if there was any part of the needle left or something else going on. And by then, the redness had extended from her hand all the way up to her mid-upper arm. This made us worried that it might be like a flesh-eating bacteria sort of situation, so we immediately took her to the operating room.
In the operating room, doctors confirmed the presence of a flesh-eating bacteria. Dr. Russo suspects that the bacteria may have originated from a contaminated batch of bath salts.
It spreads pretty rapidly, and that's where you get the flesh-eating bacteria term.
So that means that everything is just dying, the flesh and the skin is dying on you?
Yeah, by the time we had opened it up, all of the skin was dead.
The flesh-eating virus was spreading so quickly that Dr. Russo and his team were only able to save the patient's life by amputating her arm and shoulder.
She probably would have became septic, her blood pressure would have dropped, and she would have passed away from the overwhelming bacterial illness once it got into her bloodstream.
But she ended up dying anyway.
She did, she passed away.
The patient was so distraught after the amputation, she eventually overdosed on drugs after recovering from surgery.
How old was she?
32.
Was this the first time she ever experimented with this kind of drugs?
She said this was, she was told by somebody else that this was a good experience, and so she tried it out one night, and this is what became of it.